If you want to find change, focusing on conviction numbers, changes in the law, might actually be the wrong approach. We shouldn't downplay the role of these conversations and MeToo's ability to simply raise awareness around these issues and bring recognition to the victims of sexual abuse. This might be the real, lasting legacy of MeToo, the way it leverages social media to raise awareness and start conversations, which erodes the biggest barrier to recognition, the disbelief and trivialization around the injustice of sexual abuse. By aggregating the voices and experiences of victims around this one common call, MeToo, it raised the volume on conversations, making it impossible to ignore them. And for non-victims, suddenly this is something real that was happening to our co-workers, our friends and our family members, and a huge number of them. If so many of our friends were saying that it happened to me too, something really was going on. And on top of this, now we were hearing more and more about the kind of incidents that we never would have seen as really serious, but that women were telling us that they were absolutely experiencing as serious. This is an invitation not only to acknowledge the problem, but to look at our own behavior as well. Raising awareness about women's lived experiences is forcing men to reconsider what constitutes sexual harassment and norms about gender relations more generally. And this resocialization in how we think about sexual violence may end up being a fundamental shift towards true gender equality. Here's some relevant data. The UK's Fawcett Society measured that a year on from MeToo, 36% of women and the same proportion of men had both heard of MeToo and could correctly identify its aims. 38% of people said that they had changed their thinking about what behavior is and isn't acceptable since MeToo. 31% of people had a conversation with somebody of the opposite sex about sexual harassment. And 58% of men said they were more willing to challenge behavior or comments that they saw as unacceptable. And a majority of all those interviewed believe that MeToo has shifted social norms. And here's a crucial correlation. People who are aware of the MeToo movement and the hashtag are 1.5 times more likely to agree that there has been a change in our norms around sexual harassment. This is the power of MeToo. Because at the end of the day, laws protecting victims or disincentivizing abusers are important, but by themselves, they don't change a culture. Criminals, predators, men who knowingly coerce vulnerable women are just part of the problem. The other part are just guys like me, who might innocently do things we genuinely have no idea are perceived as inappropriate or even threatening. And MeToo is inviting us to reckon with that. And if we contribute by recognizing the humanity and the experiences of the women we interact with, and by questioning our own behaviors with a willingness to listen and change, then what higher purpose, what greater change could MeToo ever wish to accomplish?